Hey guys, what's up? It's Cherry here, coming at you guys with week 8 of the MDL. Today we're playing One Crash. I feel like I've played them before, but I could be delusional. In any case, how am I feeling? Well, I accidentally copied and pasted all of my sets to my opponent. Luckily, it was for like 10 seconds, but I was trying to like paste a screenshot I made, and it copied and pasted all of my sets. So I'm gonna just pray that he didn't see it. But at the same time, I'm 7-0, but I really want to win for my goat Davion because I really want my goat Davion to make playoffs. And any way I can help is, that's my guy. So with that, I also want to clinch first seed. That is another thing. And Onesie Bennett is like 5-1 right now as of this video. So, of course, people want to, try and be on my tail. Anyway, I am not confident. Well, yeah, low key, I'm not. Fairy Gliscor and Fairy Ceruledge GLHF searching. I'm not really that confident in what I'm bringing. I have to fight another Terra Greninja, and I know you guys haven't seen, but I'm in another league with an Iron Valiant. I'm also behind on uploads in that league too, but anyway, I'm fighting I fought another Terra Greninja, and it was like really annoying. But in that league, I have Terra Hydrapple. They are poison Azelf. Okay, so they did bring Azelf, and they're Water Greninja. Okay, Water Greninja makes me feel a lot better. Water Greninja makes me feel a lot better. I was so afraid of like electric, so Lantern is gonna eat down. Okay, Lantern's gonna eat down. There is a Rillaboom. Okay, so what didn't come? I feel like something like relevant didn't come. It was a Zoomeril. Oh, a Zoomeril was benched. That's honestly really, really good. No Azu means Ceruledge is just better. But I'm going to do my dedicated lead being Sinista. The point is for it to go 1-for-1. I am AV on my Val to kind of sort of help with Gren, but considering they're Terra Water, makes me think it's not really going to help that much. But in any case, we are going to lead Sinista. Good luck, have fun to my opponent. They did not wish me a good luck, have fun. And, if... well, I guess you're not going to see that video, but I had a little bit of a rant the last draft game I did, because why do people say have fun? Like, people just... I feel like people who don't say good luck, have fun irritate me less than people that say have fun, But anyway, I'm on a ramble. That's an Azelf on my screen. I'm clicking Shadow Ball, and you cannot tell me otherwise. Shadow Ball time. If you want to rocks in my face, then cool. Sinus's job really is just to go 1-for-1. I kind of really struggled building for this team. I want to win because I don't want to fight. I don't want to have to fight this team again. And fighting this team again would be dreadful. They are going to Terra, which means they're not going to Terra Gren. Honestly, that's like... I want to say that's okay for me. All right, Azelf. They Terra'd into Terra Poison. Okay. And if they proc my weakness policy, they should die. They are going to Shadow Ball, so they are going to proc my weakness policy. I should always live this hit. Awesome. Cool. And I am going to click Shadow Ball. They are Life Orb. Great. And that's going to be a dead Azelf. Lovely. All right, good. So they burn their Terra, which is honestly amazing. That makes Lantern better overall. So now they have a +2 Sinista sitting in front of them. Gouging Fire is probably going to be the play. I am going to... They go Greninja instead. Okay. So Gren comes in. I'm going to be so honest. I don't think it's worth saving this thing. I don't really think there's an instance where I can, you know what I'm saying, get off value. So I am going to just click Giga Drain and just sack this Pokemon. They go for Dark Pulse, and yeah, they are going to kill me. All right, so honestly, claiming their Terra Captain is great. That just makes Val so much better. Battle Bond's going to come off. I am going to go into my Lantern and force it out. I wish I kept Flip Turn now, but I'm going to just go for a Thunderbolt. All right, that's awesome. Now they're probably going to go into Rillaboom. I'm not really in a situation really to predict that, unfortunately. So they go Tinkaton. I will take Chip on Tinkaton, being so honest. Thunderbolt's going to come off. That's going to do nothing. Oh my god. That didn't even do 20%. You are Spadef. You are Spadef. Okay. So I can go into Wheezing here, and I can get up a T-Spike, which, I mean, will give me Intone if Gouging is Boots, will chip down Rillaboom, and, you know, do all that. I have to make sure I'm also not in a losing position to Hawlucha, but that shouldn't be too challenging. So we are going to switch out. And yeah, we're just gonna go into Wheezing. They're gonna get the rocks up. Okay. Rocks going up is really annoying, but you know, it's not really much more I can do. I'm gonna Toxic Spike here. They have to fear a Will-O-Wisp coming off. So I'm just gonna T-Spike. They Thunder Wave. Okay, I expected that. Like Rocks, Thunder Wave, Gigaton, and probably knock off as final. Got the T-Spikes up. That's great. This is great. And I mean, now we're kind of in like low-key a stalemate. I'm gonna Will-O-Wisp here. Awesome. And I miss. You know, it happens. You know what? I think I'm going to Willow again. Do I immediately lose if they Swords Dance here? The answer is no, not initially. I'm going to Willow again. They're going to Sky Attack. Okay, I predicted the Sky Attack set here. Now, Sky Attack does have a chance to flinch, but they are going to take Helmet. Oh. Okay, wait, I forgot it doesn't make contact. Okay, I thought it made contact. All right, well, I get the burn off, which is great. And now I'm just going to go for a Clear Smog. I don't really think there's much else more to do here. So let's Clear Smog. Cover Sword, Swords Dance. They're going to Defog, so they're Defog Sky Attack. Okay. So they defog their own rocks away from me, which I will gladly take. I did a lot. Okay. So now they're gonna feel less inclined to Swords Dance. I'm just gonna T-Spike again, to be honest with you. They're in a losing battle because they're burned. Defog Sky Attack. They're gonna go Gren. Okay. I got paralyzed. Alright, that's all good. I'm just gonna go into Lantern. Don't really lose much from doing so. I do kind of eat, like, anything this Greninja wants to throw at me. Go for Dark Pulse. Yep, to 0. And now I think I'm in a position where I want to double. Because I don't think you stay in. This covers for if they're random, like, Grass Knot. They take Helmet, and it also covers for a random pivot into Rillaboom or Tinkaton. So I'm going to make this double play. I definitely don't think you stay in, and I think the risk is lower than the reward. So we got the Rillaboom play. Awesome. I really wish I was Flip Turn now or Volt, but I could not fit it, unfortunately. So, you know, we got the double play. Nice. And I'm going to just T-Spike again. They U-turn. They're going to take Chip. 183 to 160. I can get intel on that. So they're not banded. They are looking to be adamant. All right, awesome. Okay, so this could go wrong. I think I'm in a situation where I'm going to go hard into Ceruledge because I don't want a Paralysis to mess me up. I don't want a Paralysis to mess me up. So we are going to go Ceruledge hard. They're going to be sub. So they're sub. I want to say sub DD. They don't really have anything to hit me. So I'm going to Terra Fairy here. And I'm going to click Bulk Up. The only move they really have to hit me would be Earthquake. Or I guess Iron Head. So yeah, they are going to hard swap out. Okay. Because they don't touch me. And they're going to go into the Hawlucha. Okay. Yeah, no. So them switching out means that I'm under the assumption that their Gouging Fire cannot touch my Ceruledge. Got the bulk up off. And I'm just going to Bitter Blade. Bitter Blade covers for if they want to attack me or not. Odds are they're probably going to just defog, but yeah, they are going to defog. And Ceruledge is going to claim a kill. But they're sub-gouging, so. They're also boots as well, because they didn't take the... no, they U-turned on me. So I think they could not be boots. They might have been lefties and I just missed it. They think it was grassy terrain. They're going to go Gren. Okay, so they're either going to Hydro Pump or they're going to Sludge Wave. Either way, I'm just going to go Lantern. I don't think it's worth taking a lot of damage on Ceruledge, considering it is my Gouging Fire check. They are going to... Okay, so they have Sludge Wave. This is going to do less than Dark Pulse. Yeah, that does nothing. And I could Thunderbolt here. They are Sludge, so Sludge Wave, Dark Pulse... Stab. Okay. Odds are, I think I'm just gonna click Ice Beam. I mean, if they go Tinkaton, am I in a bad spot? No, because I can literally go into Wheezing that next turn. And even go for like a paid split on something. Ice Beam covers for Rillaboom coming in. I'm gonna click Ice Beam. Tinkaton is their middle ground, but I don't want to Thunderbolt and catch a Rillaboom. So, okay, cool. And also, me staying in is okay because I'll get some grassy terrain recovery. That's decent chip. All right, honestly, yeah, and that recovery is great. I'm just gonna go into Wheezing. Not even really gonna think about it. They U-turn, they're going to take more chip. They knock off, they're going to be taking chip. Woodhammer. This resist. And they're going to be taking a whole bunch of chip, yeah. Rocky, Helmet, and Recoil. Yep. Honestly, I think it might be in my best interest to... They're not Life Orb on Gren. I think it's in my best interest to click Pain Split. Yeah. Getting something low would be great. Getting this Grin low would be, like, amazing, actually. Awesome. And I'm back at 183. I'm just going to go into Lantern again. It might be obvious, though. They could Dark Pulse on a middle ground. I don't think they Sludge Wave. If they Sludge Wave, I do live the hit. And I don't necessarily need... No, I do. I'm not going to risk it. I'm just going to go back into Lantern. I'm not gonna risk the play. They might just middle ground Dark Pulse if they want, which is fine because I literally eat the hit. Yeah, I eat the hit. And I think I'm going to just click Thunderbolt. Because if they go Tinkaton, I have now a healthy Wheezing. So, yep. And me staying in is great because I'll get the grassy terrain recovery. Now they might click Knockoff. I'm back at a decent health, which is amazing. Lancer's been putting in work. Now your Rocks T-Wave. I don't think you can fit Ice Hammer. I could go into Gliscor. Because Gliscor is looking like it's in a position to win. If I can get an agility off. I mean, either way, nah, I'm just going to go Wheezing. Either way, like, the reason why I went Wheezing was because Gliscor into... I guess it didn't matter. I don't know. Like, I just thought that they might double into Gren eventually. They went for Gigaton. Okay. All right. They could be fearing a Pain Split here. That's something they got to think about. But either way, I mean, I'm just going to go for it. Everything is relatively high. They went for play rough. Okay, that's gonna do nothing. So I know they're full set. So I can go Gliscor on this next go round. And I think just win the game. I'm a T-Spike now. Okay, they switched. Nice. They might go Gren. They do go Gren. If I get this T-Spike off, awesome. This is great. Now I'm in a position where I'm just going to sack the Weezing. Weezing, I mean, low-key doesn't provide me a lot of value. I think they always Dark Pulse here. So I guess I could, in theory, go into Val, but I don't need to for sure. So yeah, I'm just gonna sack this. I'll go for a Pain Split, but they go for Dark Pulse, yeah, and that should kill me. Yep. Weezing was doing great, but it did what it needed to do. It got a T-Spike up. Now I'm gonna go Val, because now Aura Sphere is like an extremely free click. And I also know the Tinkaton's item, so if they want to pivot Tinkaton, that literally gives me the chance to set up and win. So I think this is where I'm going to just click Aura Sphere. I live Water Shuriken always. I am AV. 3, 4 times, okay. And Aura Sphere is going to come off, and then that should be a dead Gren. Awesome. Gren's down. I think the Ceruledge can always one-up the Gouging Fire. Rillaboom, I still have checks for. And I have offensive checks for, I guess. And it's low now. DK, speaking of Rillaboom. Rillaboom's in. It's going to be getting poisoned. If you're AV, do I kill you? If you're AV. I don't. But I also don't have a switch into this Pokemon, so it's giving me Moonblast. They glide. Okay, they're not banded. So Moonblast into Poison should definitely kill them. And if not, then I can Vacuum Wave here. Yep, dead. And they have Tinkaton and Gouging Fire left. Gouging Fire looks like it's just walled by my... Ceruledge, so I'm not going to really waste any time. And the poison is not boots, so... Oh, they're Lum. Okay. Alright, that's fine. I'm literally just going to go into Ceruledge. It seems like you don't have much to touch my Ceruledge with. I guess you could have Iron Head, but you're Substitute, so odds are you're sub DD, which means you're probably Dragon Move and Earthquake. But you definitely don't want an Earthquake right now, is my deal. So I'm going to bulk up here. I want to disable an Earthquake. They switch. Yeah, no. So they actually cannot touch me. So it seems like this is game. Because now I'm always going to go Gliscor because I know that the Gouging Fire cannot touch me. And just in case they can, they're sub DD, meaning that the poison will eventually kill them. So I'm just going to go Gliscor here. And from there, because they're not Ice Hammer and they're Gigaton with Play Rough, I know that I'm in a winning scenario. They're going to Gigaton here. It's going to do a lot. I can always Swords Dance here. Actually, do I need to? I can High Horsepower, claim my kill. They're gonna switch. Okay. That's fine. I'm okay with that. They're gonna get poisoned again. Yeah, that's huge damage. And does an Acrobatics with an item kill this thing? Because... No, I do 12%. That's not enough. And then Tinkaton. I'm in a bad spot against Tinkaton. I should always swap this out. I cannot risk what's it called? My what's the word? my Gliscor is the one thing saving me from losing this game to Tinkaton. So I'm going to bulk up here. Okay. I could have Bitter Bladed. That would have secured my win. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click Bitter Blade here, because if they Gigaton, that means they can't click it again on my Gliscor pivot. I am +1. Awesome. I ate that. Awesome. And that is going to be a victory. And from there, 4-0 victory, 4-0 win. Phenomenal. Amen. We're finishing 8-0, so that means we're clinched first seed, which is phenomenal because how playoffs works in this league, round 1, I get to pick my opponent. So Lantern did its big one. The transactions I made felt great. I felt a lot better into my potential Grin matchup. So, but yeah, I mean, Dragon Claw, yeah, they can't touch me. They're probably dual stabs sub DD, and then that is going to be GG. GG to my opponent, 8-0. We're going to go into round 1 of playoffs next week. And with that being said, I'm going to get the heck up out of here. And I hope all of you guys enjoy your day, night, whenever you're watching this. See ya. Bye.